Namaste. Welcome. My name is Janapati Das, and tonight we will be welcome to Experience Meditation. Tonight we're going to talk about experiencing meditation as we do every first Tuesday of the month. So please, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer my respectful obeisances to you, my respects to you. Thank you for tuning in and taking part in this class. I appreciate your feedback and your comments in the section below of our Facebook page. We also have a YouTube Yoga Kirtan Hawaii. If you haven't subscribed, go to the channel and subscribe. And there's a plethora of kirtan and meditation classes and Bhagavad Gita classes and wonderful things on that channel that we're constantly loading. You can comment on those, you can share them, you can like them. Please do. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to talk about meditation. And you wonder if you've never really come to meditation, or you not really have had a meditation class before. Tonight we are going to be talking about mantra meditation, and I'm going to show you 3 very simple practices that you can do for mantra meditation. So there's a couple of terminologies that we're using here. The mantra, of course, maybe you've heard before. You think, well, this is my mantra, or my mantra is go Reds, or go Redskins, or go my team, or whatever that might be. That's my mantra, and that's what people think of as when they term mantra. But mantra is actually a Sanskrit word that has 2 different Sanskrit words connected to it. Man, which means the mind. The mind is a subtle energy, of course, and the word tra, which means to draw away or to lift above. So a mantra is actually not a material sound vibration like go Redskins or peanut butter or dog or anything like that, but it's actually a spiritual sound vibration that when you engage in with your senses, your mind, speaking, hearing, touching, this is actually beneficial. You'll find that your mind is actually drawn away from the material world or dimension that we live in, the thoughts, the worries, the stresses, the anxieties, the day-to-day things that we have to deal with, because the mind, we're constantly thinking about things. We're constantly distracted in this day that we live in. We're constantly distracted by so many things, on social media, on the news, the world in general. We have so many responsibilities and things that we need to deal with, so we find that our mind is jumping from one thing to another. And it's very challenging to actually meditate on these things, because we feel quite exhausted. And then we get home and we want to go to bed, but we find that our mind is continuously agitated as well in our dreams, by nightmares, by weird things that come out of our mind at nighttime, that we, dreaming, the dream of teeth falling out, or being naked in school, or being, all these kind of strange things that our mind gathers and puts in the blender and comes out with. So we have these things that are constantly bothering our mind and agitating us. And so the mantra is actually a spiritual sound vibration descending from the spiritual world into the material world through via senses that we apply it to. And when we engage in mantra meditation, of course is to focus your mind upon something that will actually give you satisfaction. True meditation, that is, mantra meditation. So mantra is utilized as a way to focus our mind, focus our senses on something spiritual, to draw ourselves away from the worries of the material world. And the effect is that actually, maybe initially we find that our mind is quite trained to jump around like it does in the material world, and it will float away. When we're practicing in our mantra meditation practice, we may find it going off to our worries and stresses, because that's what it's trained to do, like a trained monkey. but we just gently bring it back. This is a practice, and we gently bring it back, we gently practice it, and we find that after a little while, the mind actually becomes more attracted to this than to the garbage that we have in our mind already. So that more and more we find actually the true essence of real meditation coming through. This practice is been practiced since time immemorial, and it is been taught to me by my spiritual teacher, who I offer my respectful obeisances to for teaching me this. He was taught it by his spiritual master, and so on and so on. We actually have this information is not something that has been created. It's actually handed down from teacher to student, and this practice is actually goes back to the Supreme Lord himself. So in this practice of mantra meditation, what I'm going to teach you tonight, it actually, through this practice, you'll find that the mind will be attracted to this. And because normally our mind, we're agitated by so many things that we have so many byproducts of that. That's hatred, anger, frustration, racism, war, so many things that comes from this being agitated by our attempts to meditate upon the material things in this world. But that actually, this does not bring us true satisfaction. Therefore, when we practice the mantra meditation, we find it very attractive. We find that actually the more and more we practice, the more and more tolerant we are, the more kind we are, the more gentle we are. And we actually have true vision about why we're in this material world and what we should be doing in this material world. So what I'm going to do is teach you 3 practices that engage the senses and the mind. Mantra meditation is an active meditation, so maybe sometimes you've heard of this term silent meditation, where you maybe sit quietly in the forest and maybe focus on your belly button or a candle or some numbers, and all you find out is you fall asleep. And it doesn't really maybe calms your mind down a little bit, but actually maybe and then you're thinking about how hungry I am, or the mosquito that's bothering me. So silent meditation in this day and age, where there's so many things going on that distract the mind, is very, very difficult to practice, and not advised by great saintly teachers. Rather, mantra meditation is suggested to practice in this age by the great saint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came to initiate the mantra meditation in this day and age, because he knew that the mind would be very distracted and we would have very short attention span. So we need an easy practice, something that's very fun and enjoyable to do, which is mantra meditation. It's active, it's fun, and you'll find that when you practice it, you can practice these things and you'll really enjoy it. And you don't have to shave your head or go to the forest and eat sticks. And that's what I used to think when what meditation was. I was like, oh, you gotta look a certain way, and you gotta eat berries and twigs in the forest or something. I didn't really know what it was, but mantra meditation is very simple, it's very easy, and very practical in this day and age. So first thing to know is we're going to practice a mantra. And the mantra meditation that we're practicing is called the deep peace meditation, or a breathing practice. So we're going to engage primarily our breathing and the mantra, and we'll focus our mind upon the sound of this mantra. So the first thing I would like you to do is, if you're seated comfortably or you're lying on your bed, then just take a moment. You can do some light stretches, some yoga or something to get you into the mood if you've had a very stressful day. And then what we're going to do is just sit and relax our shoulders. And we're going to focus, first of all, we'll do a pre-meditation of breathing, what is termed pranayama in the yoga system. So what we do is we're going to inhale through our nose, and we'll start with an exhale audibly. Again, try that, but inhale through your nose. Feel the air go in, exhale audibly. Just release that kind of tension. One more time. Good. Now we'll just breathe in and out, just feeling the air go up through our nose, expanding our rib cage, filling up to the top of our lungs, but not tensing up the shoulders or anything like that. Just following the breath in as it comes in and it goes out. And as you're breathing, just take a moment to leave the worries aside, leave anything that's concerning you, any problems, put them aside. If you want to come back for that stuff later, you can. But this practice of mantra meditation you'll find very enjoyable and attractive to your mind. Good. So that's relaxed us nicely. It's a nice pre-meditation. It's nice to breathe once in a while. We don't breathe enough, not deeply at least. So we're going to take this mantra, Gor Ra Anga. Now I'd like you to repeat after me. Gor Ra Anga. Gor Ra Anga. Now we can put those all together. Goranga. Goranga. So this is Goranga meditation. It's a mantra that actually means one with the golden effulgence. It has to do with the supreme. But we don't have to do too much with our mind. We can just listen to the sound as we practice this. So what we're going to do is on our inhale, we're going to place the mantra Goranga in our mind. Because you can't breathe in and speak at the same time. So it's going to be in your mind, Goranga. And then exhale audibly, say Goranga, sort of intoning. You can do it as whatever length that it works for you. I'm going to utilize a crystal bowl for a little bit of ambience. You don't have to use a crystal bowl if you don't have one, but you can use one if you have them. Or you can use a guitar or harmonium or whatever you might have that synthesizer that makes it sounds good. But you could just do it without the bowl. So I'm going to create that ambience, and we're just going to inhale in our mind, Goranga. Exhale, Goranga. And then we'll repeat. Inhale with Goranga in our mind. Exhale, audibly say. Now we'll just repeat that, and you join with me. Here we go. back to your breath. Feeling the reverberation of the mantra in your mind. And rest peacefully in the mantra. So that's a very simple practice of just intoning the mantra, Gauranga. There's a very wonderful analogy that my spiritual teacher has mentioned, that he mentions that the world that we live in is like a very dark cave or a very dark forest mountain at night where there's no light. We try to find our way around. Which way do we go? Do we go right? Do we go left? Which direction do we need to go in? We don't really know what the outcome is, where it's going to go, where it leads. We're lost. But the practice of mantra meditation is like the sun, this golden effulgence of Gauranga, right? It's like the sun that when it comes up, it lights up everything. And it's said that there is no darkness. There's only absence of light, right, in our life. So this hatred, this darkness, the anger, the things that seem so existent, so evil, you know, it's just an absence of goodness. It's an absence of this light. It's this absence of the Supreme in our lives. And so when the sun comes up on the mountain, or someone comes in with the torchlight of mantra meditation or true knowledge, then everything kind of starts to light up. We can see where we need to go. So this practice is not just a way. It is very beneficial, of course, to a peace of mind, a peace in our heart, kindness and goodness, but it actually gives us a true vision, which we really, really want, to be able to find our way through this material world and the purpose of our life. And this is termed as self-realization. We understand who we really are, what the purpose of our life is. It's a very wonderful practice. It's something that it's in dire need in this material world. That there's a lot of darkness in this world, and we need to be able to shine, be a beacon of light through this practice of mantra meditation. We can bring that about in the world. So that's one form. The other form of meditation involves what we call mala beads or japa beads. It's called japa yoga. So they are little beads that usually are about 108, and you can count. This is a short set, about half set, 54 beads. In our practice, because my phone is sort of flipped around, it looks like I'm using my left hand, but actually you usually utilize with your right hand, your thumb and the middle finger. And in this practice of japa yoga, it's another form of meditation that is an individual practice that you can practice by yourself. And for each bead, we will say a mantra. And so the mantra tonight that I'm gonna teach you is, probably I'll teach you the Haribol, Nitai Gor, Haribol. So I'll say those each one, so if you can get it. Haribol, of course, is two Sanskrit words. Hari, which is the name of the Supreme, and Bol means to sing or to chant the names. So Haribol is sort of the names, how to sing the names of God, or in other words, to practice mantra meditation. So Haribol, Nitai has to do with Nityananda Prabhu, who is a name of the Supreme, and of course Gaur, we've also heard, is the one with the golden effulgence, Lord Chaitanya, another name of the Supreme. So when we say Haribol Nitai Gaur, Haribol, it's a way to remind us to chant the names of Nityananda and Chaitanya, or the names of the Supreme, the names of Hari. So of course God has, the Supreme has many, many millions of names, and so many names we can't count, in many different faiths. Of course, you utilize these names. But anyway, that's another whole class. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to sif.org to learn more about that. So you'll take your mantra beads, and there's going to be a little head bead. I'll show you here. Maybe you can see it there. The head bead will be the bead you start on, you can say koranga when you get to the bead. And if you happen to get all the way across and get to the end, you say koranga, you turn around, you turn it around, rotate it, and go back the other way. So it's sort of a zigzag way. So we don't jump over the bead, we go up and down, you know, if you happen to do more than one set. So we're going to practice that tonight, and follow me, and we'll just start with the first bead, and we'll say the full mantra. Haribol, Nitai Gor, Haribol. So let's continue with me. Haribol, Nitai Gor, Haribol. Move to the next beat. Haribol, Nitai Gor, Haribol. Now if you like, I just want to say, you can, I'll move out of the way, you can see Balarama Krishna here behind me if you want to meditate on the form, or you can close your eyes, whatever is comfortable for you. Haribol, Nitai Gor, Haribol. 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 Goranga. So that was actually a 54 set. So that's half a normal round, which is, you find that the longer beats are 108, and that's considered to be one round. But if you find yourself in a jam of trying to find some beats, you can go to Target or in the party store in Party City and get some party beads, and it doesn't matter if they're, you know, if you can eventually get a set, you know, you can go to, I think there are different places. Samadhi 108, I think, is one place you can get japa beads. You can also go sometimes to your health food store. If you're in Hawaii, I think Down to Earth has some beads. So that's the japa meditation. It's very simple, very easy to practice. The idea, of course, is the same as all the mantra meditations, is to try to put aside the tendency for your burnt mind to jump around. And if it does jump around, just bring it back to the sound, to the touch of the beads. You know, bring the mind and focus your mind. And this is a nice practice to do really anytime, but a great way to set your morning is to practice solitude, to take your time, before you engage in anything else, you just take your shower in the morning when you get up first thing in the morning, and just take a moment to really bathe yourself, in the sense of bathing. You externally bathe yourself, but you also have to bathe in the sound of the mantras, of course, before you engage in anything else. So don't look at your phone, don't go to your computer, don't open the news, don't read the mail, don't open any emails. Just come and practice on your mantra meditation. You'll find that your day is set very nicely that way. But you can practice it any time if you like. If you live near a lake or the ocean or any nature place, it's great. Or go walk around the block, and you can practically do it almost anywhere. I wouldn't recommend driving and doing it though. I think you should focus on driving for that. So we have the deep peace meditation of breathing of Gorunga. We have the japa meditation, and of course our third form of meditation is kirtan meditation, which involves the singing of mantras. And I'm going to use a guitar. I'm going to try to remember where I put my pick. As musicians probably know, we always end up with our picks everywhere. I found my pick in my bathtub broke drain. It's like, my wife's always like, I was finding picks and stuff everywhere, So anyway, you can play, if you play guitar, this is a great way to engage your musical skills, or if you play piano, you can sing. But once again, you don't need to have an instrument to sing mantras. You can just sing with your voice, because everybody has that. Doesn't matter if you sing well or not sing well. If you're chanting God's names, it's always very lovely. So in this practice, what we do is, I'm going to be the kirtan leader, so I'm going to sing the mantra, and you will listen to the mantra, take it in, just focus on it, take it into your heart. And the second time through, I guess it's the even time through, you can sing back the mantra with me, since we're on a live stream here. But normally this is a thing that you can do by yourself, but most commonly it's termed as Sankirtan, because that means in a congregation of more than 2 people. So usually it's done in a group of people. It's a lot of fun. So if you get an opportunity, sometimes just tune in to find out the advertisements on the wall, I guess the Facebook wall on Yoga Kirtan Hawaii for some of our outreach programs that we have. I think the Church of the Crossroads in Honolulu, we have a chance. Or if you live in a place and you know about some kirtan going on, it's a lot of fun to do. Okay, so we're going to sing a couple of mantras. You can follow along. Some we've done before, and some new ones. So I'll start. Haribo, Nita. Haribo. So short but sweet. And I just wanted to recognize, thank you, Yolanda. It's so nice to see you. Thank you very much. You're very active on this channel and appreciate the fact that you're tuning in tonight. So, just as a recap, we have 3 forms of mantra meditation. Mantra, of course, mantra means to draw a spiritual sound vibration that draws the mind away from the material dimension and places it on spiritual dimensions, spiritual aspects, and gives us true peace and happiness and satisfaction in our life. Gives us vision to understand why we're here, what the purpose of our life, how to help ourselves ultimately, and how to help others come to know their true identity and how they can be truly happy in this material world. So we have Goranga breathing, we have japa meditation with the beads, and we have kirtan. So if for some reason this doesn't stick with in your mind, because our mind is fickle and tends to jump from one thing to another, and what was that? What did he teach? What did Janapati teach? You can go into the Facebook library. I have a lot of experienced meditation classes that are on the library. Some of my God brothers and God sisters also teach the meditation class. And you can also go to, and like I said, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and those are uploaded there. So, and it also has lots and lots of kirtan, so you can engage in lots of kirtan. There's some wonderful channels out there. I think, what was it, was Be Peace Now? I think it does a 24-hour live stream of different kirtan from around the world, but you can also go to Science of Identity Foundation YouTube channel, which has a lot of wonderful chanting, especially for my spiritual teacher. And what else is going on? Let's see. So yeah, once again, if you want to know more about Yoga Wisdom, SIF.org is the place to tune in to read up more about Bhakti Yoga and Yoga Wisdom. Next Tuesday, I will be offering a Bhagavad Gita class, 7 o'clock Hawaii Standard Time. If you're interested in the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita and Yoga Wisdom, it's a wonderful chance to hear from the masters, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, my spiritual teacher's spiritual master, and the translator of so many wonderful works, and who also brought this form of kirtan to the Western world. So we're eternally grateful to Bhaktivedanta Swami. Until then, I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.